So the case against SPS Rathore has been watered down to a great extent. Remember, 3 cases were filed afresh against SPS Rathore, the molester cop, but 2 of them have faced closure now, all because the CBI wanted it to be that way. I want to bring in Neelam Katara. She's been one of the faces of activism in the country against the powerful. It's, remember, her son, Nitish Katara, who was murdered by DP Yadav's son and his friends many years ago. And she joins us live right now to give us her perspective, because the nation values this perspective. Mrs. Katara, compared to the Rathore case, where the guilty still managed to evade the law, the Aman Kachru case has moved quite fast, with 4 guilty boys being sent to jail. Is that because they were not powerful and high profile enough?
Well, I really can't fine-tune it that way, but I think one of the major reasons is that right from day one, Mr. Kachru was involved with the whole issue. And that is extremely important, because remember, these guys had come out on bail. If he had not raised his voice and ensured that they were sent in, then this case would have dragged forever, because once the accused comes out on bail, he can drag the case, keep on asking for adjournments, and the case gets lost. So I think that is a major point. Apart from that, whether they're not being, I think they do have influential parents, and now how it takes on from here will depend a lot whether there is any interference or the law is allowed to go by its own course.
Mrs. Katara, a minister has been sacked in the shadow of a scam. You've seen Suresh Kalmadi being shown the door after the Commonwealth Games. Do you believe that the justice delivery system is much more efficient now than perhaps 5 years ago?
No, not really. I think the more you get into it, the more you realize that how deep the rot stems. And I can only say that if in Delhi, with all the media attention, with almost living this case every hour of my life, I am still running between cases. I hate to think what would happen in a smaller town where the Supreme Court, High Court and the Sessions Court are not in the same time. So we have a huge long way to go. But as long as people like Mr. Kachru, like me, and all Ruchika's parents keep fighting for justice, and there are other people who keep voting in criminals as MLAs and maybe MPs, I don't see us making any headway. So we are responsible. The people of India should stop voting in criminals, even if the political parties hoist them up as candidates.
Neelam Katara, thanks very much for joining us this evening on Ground Zero.